Today on Play to Win, could Texas A&M trip up the Dogs? Is there an Achilles heel for LSU? And is this Falcons defense for real? I hope so. We answered these questions and more on the fastest 30 minutes in television, football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Montlick & Associates. Our attorneys know what it takes to win. Xfinity and Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, player medical and injury reports with Dr. Sadiq Al-Amin, Falcons All-Pro wide receiver Terrence Mathis, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's hometown team report is being brought to you by Montlick & Associates. Our attorneys know what it takes to win.
Good morning, Atlanta. It's an awesome day for some football. Thank you for tuning in to Play to Win. I got my team up here, Chris Marler, Bob Whitfield, Terrence Mathis, and the one, the only, Chuck Smith. Well, we're going to break down some of these games, and I'm super excited to talk about my Bulldogs coming in after that smackdown in Auburn. Now they're headed home. Are we worried at all about this A&M game? What's it going to really take for UGA to beat A&M?
A major stumble. I mean, they might not show up at, in the stadium to stumble because Georgia is on the roll right now, and I like what they're doing. They're doing everything right since I said Fromm for Heisman.
Oh, it was all you.
It's all me.
And he's right about that because I was not a big Fromm believer until, after the South Carolina game, and he got embarrassed in the South Carolina game, and he's been playing consistently from here on out, and I'm a believer now.
Yeah, the defense is the biggest thing, I would say. They've been incredible, especially over the last 4 games after that South Carolina loss. So just keep doing what they're doing.
I think Georgia's offensive line kind of sets the tempo. They're big, they're strong, they're battle-tested, and the one thing that Georgia can always fall back on is the offensive line. So I think this is one of the things that's going to carry them, particularly against Texas A&M, all the way through with maybe a possible upset versus LSU.
Well, our Birds are coming home, and now I want to know what's it going to take for the Falcons to keep winning. Have they turned a corner?
Yeah, I think so. What I think is, Nikki, that for the Falcons to continue to win, they have to continue to put points on the board because this has been the catalyst behind the defense. When you're playing with a lead, now the defense, they can pin their ears back and they can get after the quarterback. I think what you're seeing now is the offense has turned it up, and it's also helped the defense make plays, but they're both playing well right now.
Right now, it just looks like they're having fun playing again. Before
and
they looked like they were dead.
Yeah. Well, win is fun.
Win is fun. Yeah.
Well, if we're going to give Bob credit for UGA, we got to give Terrence credit for the Falcons because he's the only one that wasn't worried. And ever since then,
I was waiting for that. I guaranteed that win last week.
You did guarantee.
Yeah, I did.
That's right. You did.
Yeah, we thought you were kind of crazy, but you know what? He's low-key right every time.
I'm on it.
Terrence, how about some love for our in-state, smaller schools? Something tells me we've got a good thing going there.
Oh, yeah. Georgia State, bowl ready after a big win this season against
Panthers.
Tennessee.
That's cold. That's cold.
I mean, it happened.
They had 5 other wins.
Real
That's
old,
like
right?
way in the past. Tennessee, we done moved on.
Georgia Southern doing the same thing down in the sticks.
Georgia Southern almost beat Minnesota earlier this year. They only lost by 3 in overtime.
Shout out to Kennesaw State doing their thing.
Small in-state schools doing their thing. Very proud of them, guys. Still to come, we know the UGA O-line is championship caliber, but is the rest of the offense? And next, our experts weigh in on how to handle a Falcons team that has woken up in these last couple of weeks. Stay tuned on Football's Play to Win.
On or off the field, we all have rules to play by. But what happens after a serious car crash? When the insurance company won't play fair? At Montlick & Associates, we know injury law, and we know what it takes to win. After all, we've been winning in our field for over 35 years. If you've been injured, we're here to help. Simply dial #WIN from your cell phone for your free consultation. That's pound 946.
This Black Friday, the gift you really want is at Nissan's Black Friday event. Save big on our tech-filled lineup, like Rogue with available Safety Shield 360 or Altima with available intelligent all-wheel drive. Hurry in now. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models or save up to $10,320 on select models.
Got you a custom jersey. Thanks, man. Wait, it reads colon instead of colon.
Ooh.
You missed the accent.
I know how you feel. I was missing my favorite games, but then I switched to DirecTV, and they also gave me this season of NBA League Pass. Now I can watch the NBA whenever and wherever I want. Hey, maybe next time invite your half-brother, semicolon.
TV without NBA League Pass is just kinda TV. Switch and DirecTV will give you this season of NBA League Pass. Don't just kinda TV, DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Longhorn's Cookout isn't something you want to miss, because that'd mean missing our fire-grilled ribeye, sides that turn a meal into a feast, hanging with your closest friends. And missing all that would be, you know, sad. Come in for our limited-time Longhorn Cookout with the unforgettable 18-ounce fire-grilled outlaw ribeye, Longhorn's new mixed grill, and our famous full-rack baby back ribs with steakhouse mac and cheese. That's how steak is done. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
Today's Atlanta Falcons report is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Welcome back. Now it's time for the Bucks to head over to the Bends, a matchup of 2 3-7 teams. We know they got there a little differently. The Falcons with those 2 blowout road wins. Saints, Panthers looks a little more impressive to me than what the Bucks have done. But what do you guys think?
You got Jameis coming to town. And what Jameis likes to do, Jameis Winston from Tampa Bay, what Jameis likes to do
is not win.
He likes to throw the ball to the defense. So True Font is going to be sitting there eating it all up. So Jameis will give you about 2 interceptions this weekend. So Falcons defense should get some turnovers.
What a great story this could turn out to be. The Atlanta Falcons, the last 2 games they've won, they absolutely have annihilated New Orleans and Carolina. But it's really interesting, Terrence, you kind of talked about this. When you look at the schedule, it's not far-fetched that the Falcons could run the table. I mean, it's crazy.
I just want you to remember one name. Rock Morris. I'm going to call him Rock because when he went over to the defensive side of the ball, that defense has started playing better. The secondary is getting turnovers. They're getting sacks. I think he's the catalyst to this defense because now you got a guy over there who has played at that level, coached at that level, been a head coach, and they're listening. They're listening to him.
We're getting close to that point to like where all Atlanta teams, like where you start believing, only to be hurt. So just in time for the holidays. This might be different this year. This might be different.
You're going to be hurt this week.
Stop with the pin.
Good catch. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Really good catch.
He said he's set up for failure the way he said it.
No.
Not against Tampa.
I'm just trying. Yeah, they're going to beat Tampa.
Let me ask you this, minus Chris. You guys have been in the locker room. You've been on teams before. What does it do to your confidence when you come off of a win like that Saints win? Do you think that has had any sort of effect on the flip of the switch with this team?
Yeah, of course. I think it's major. Anytime you have something happen like that, because you already know you can do it. Then when you go on the road and knock off New Orleans, then you go knock off Carolina, you feel real confident. I mean, you beat your chest, everything starts feeling better. Your home life, being in the community, you just feel a lot better about yourself.
Well, we've been there before. In '97, we won 5 of the last 7 games, and we felt good about it. And then the next year, guess what happened? NFC champions.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see if Jeffrey agrees with us or not. Jeffrey, pick the game.
Well, I think Dan Quinn's going to have a job next year. And they got an outside shot. I don't think it'll happen at the playoffs. They're playing great, the Falcons. Absolutely great. Dominated their last 2 games. And now they play a team that they can easily dominate this week. Give the 4.5 points with Atlanta over Tampa Bay.
All right, guys, now it's time for you all to be the experts and play our Ippolito's You Be the Expert contest.
This season, be sure to visit our website, playingtowin.tv, and take a shot to be #1 against all the competition by picking this week's college and NFL winners against the spread. We'll be giving away Ippolito's $100 and $50 gift certificates to each week's first and second place winners. So make sure you come back every week and prove your football IQ by being the best at predicting this week's college and NFL games. Ippolito's, a great neighborhood Italian restaurant.
And when we return, there's a top 10 matchup in the horseshoe today between Penn State and Ohio State. Could the Buckeyes go down? I don't think so. Find out next on Football's Play to Win.
This all-new Chevy Silverado HD offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different camera views.
That's quality picture.
It even offers one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible to help you see what's behind you.
Oh, wow.
Which in this case happens to be the competition, since they don't offer the same amount of cameras.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Oh my God. Try the new Buffalo Chicken Burrito at Moe's today.
We live with AT&T, and we are well past the honeymoon phase.
Occupado, Tom.
AT&T, what's this I hear about you advertising a 100% fiber network?
Only like a fraction of my customers can get that.
That's it?
You have such a glass half empty attitude.
The glass is more than half empty.
You need to relax, Tom.
Oh.
Tom, you need a little Tom time. A little TT.
Stop living with AT&T. Xfinity delivers gig speeds to more homes than anyone.
This Black Friday, the gift you really want is at Nissan's Black Friday event. Save big on our tech-filled lineup, like Rogue with available Safety Shield 360 or Altima with available intelligent all-wheel drive. Hurry in now. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models or save up to $10,320 on select models.
Oh my God. Try the new Buffalo Chicken Burrito at Moe's today.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by your Atlanta Nissan dealers.
Welcome back. Let's talk some SEC, ACC, and we can't do it at this point in the season without throwing up that top 10 poll as it stands now. I pretty much agree with it. What do you guys think? Is there anything in there that is irritating you?
Well, I tell you what's irritating me a little bit. Alabama, I like Alabama. Right now, Oregon to me is playing lights out. They're the most balanced team, I think, in America. I don't like Alabama right there. I like this one-loss Oregon team because they've shown, in my opinion, they have the one loss to Auburn, but they've shown to me that they deserve to be there, but it's early again. But to me, Alabama, I'm not quite sure.
Lower strength of schedule than Alabama, as is Utah and Clemson and several other schools. But yes, yeah, absolutely. Like I said a couple weeks ago, go off.
I know the Minnesota fans are probably upset because they beat Penn State and they're ranked 2 spots below them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Penn State has the matchup to save their season.
Yes.
If they go against Ohio State and get a victory, they jump a lot of people, probably the 2 Pac-12 schools.
We'll get to that one in just a second. Spoiler alert. What about LSU's defense? Are we worried about that at all as an LSU fan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I know that offense has been incredible, and they've talked about Joe Burrow. He's going to win the Heisman and all that. If you give up 400 yards rushing, 400 to Ole Miss, that's definitely a problem.
And that's where Georgia comes in. What is Georgia's strength? Offensive line, running game. To me, when you look at LSU, they've been showing these signs for quite some time. And another part of this is not only can't they stop the run, they don't really have much pass rush success up front. So this is not an all-around. This is a defense that needs to improve.
Agreed.
And Bob's about to be really excited because now it's time to send it over to our college football showdown of the week.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing.
And it's going to be Penn State at Ohio State. Bob is shaking his head. He's just like Miss Cleo over there.
Oh, it's a big matchup.
Knowing that it's coming.
I mean, I've been waiting on this because I've been trying to find a team that can beat Ohio State. I just said
You think it's going to be Penn? They're a 19-point underdog.
I said there's the next hope.
Well,
there's the next hope.
We talk about strength of schedule with so many other teams all the time, and what's really surprising about Ohio State, nobody's brought up, they have the great out-of-conference schedule. I think those opponents are 22-8. They've played one team with a winning record since September 21st, just one.
Wow.
All right. To me, I understand all the stats and all the different things we talking about here.
We call them facts.
But this Ohio State team, remember now, with Justin Fields, J.K. Dobbins, this team is built to run the ball. And if they're going to beat Penn State, they're going to have to run the ball because, let's be real, Justin Fields is not exactly throwing it. Penn State, they're going to have to get a lot of production out of that offense if they're going to have a chance to beat this Ohio State team.
And as you said it, though, Justin Fields is the key for Ohio State. And I believe if Penn State has a chance to stop him from being productive, they have a chance to win the football game.
Jeffrey, what do you have to say about it?
18's a lot of points, and Ohio State could cover that in the first quarter. The key for Penn State is hang in there, don't get clobbered early, don't fall behind 28-0, and they could probably make a game out of it. Take the 18 with the Nittany Lions. I think they give Ohio State a game.
After the break, it's time to talk Dogs and Aggies. How will the Dogs defend Kellen Mond? Our experts weigh in next on football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Atlanta Nissan dealers, Moe's Southwest Grill, and the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute.
This Black Friday, the gift you really want is at Nissan's Black Friday event. Save big on our tech-filled lineup, like Rogue with available Safety Shield 360 or Altima with available intelligent all-wheel drive. Hurry in now. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models or save up to $10,320 on select models.
When your psoriasis is bad, it can be hard to see what's possible, but the possibilities become clear with Taltz, the first and only treatment of its kind offering a chance at 100% clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of those with moderate to severe psoriasis saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. See the possibilities. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
It's a 60-year love affair, as passionate as the day it began. It's where the dream and the reality are one and the same. It's safety in its most exhilarating form. It is the 2020 E-Class, the quintessential Mercedes-Benz, made new all over again. Lease the E350 sedan for $559 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Oh, I'm glad you found it.
Oh, we were just happy to get some time away.
You're the first couple to try our new bed and breakfast bundle. It's bed and breakfast in the same room. You wake up to the smell of coffee and bacon, made by a private chef, right there.
So we're sleeping in the kitchen.
Well, I'm sure you'll write it better than that for the review.
Stuck in a bad bundle? Get a great one. Bundle AT&T Fiber and DirecTV and get a $100 reward card. Limited availability may not be in your area. Call 1-877-ONLY-ATT.
Today's University of Georgia Report is being brought to you by Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you.
Welcome back, guys. I'm going to take you all the way back to 1980 before I was born. You guys were what, graduating college at that point?
It's 5th grade here. T-Matt was like 8th grade, right?
Well, that was the last time. That was the last time the Aggies traveled into God's country, Athens, to go between the hedges and take on the Dogs. They're doing it again today. And I want to start off by talking about Georgia's offense. Are they carried by the O-line?
Yep, they are carried by the O-line. I remember Kirby Smart, when he came in, he said he wants to do what? Get bigger. That's what he did. He recruited big offensive linemen. They set the tempo now. They're physical. They have created, when you think of Georgia, you think of big offensive line, being physical, running the ball.
And no sacks. And what you have with the good running team is no sacks. Play action pass. So you keep Fromm upright. The offensive line is doing a good job. Whenever they have a drop back pass, they can protect Fromm. So they haven't been in a shootout matchup where they really had to score 40 or so points. But I looked at that offensive line and said, they can do it. They can protect a lot.
I don't know if they're going to be putting up 40 points, but yeah, they've given up the fewest amount of sacks in the entire country. And Texas A&M, you look at that D-line, they are 10th in the SEC in yards per rush allowed, so that's a perfect matchup for UGA.
Well, I said last week, where Georgia was sitting 4th in the poll. They scared me, but after watching them play and the things that they do offensively, especially in the passing game, okay, they only got one receiver, but he's being productive. And Fromm is taking care of the football. I'm not saying I'm a believer yet, but they're playing good football right now.
Well, talking about things that scare us, does it not scare anybody that A&M pretty much has nothing to lose?
Well, Kellen Mond has a lot to gain from this game. Yeah. And with Kellen Mond, he's one of those quarterbacks in the SEC that is overshadowed by the great Tua. So now, with Tua out, he gets the chance to move his legacy up in the rankings and see if he can lead a Texas A&M offense with a victory over Georgia.
Well, Mond might gain a wheelchair. This Georgia defensive line, right, aggressive. Georgia's defensive line are physical. To me, they don't get enough credit. The defensive line, they're knocking people around. The defensive backs have been shut down. The young boys at Georgia we talked about from a couple years ago, they done grown up. Texas A&M's in trouble.
You know what's scary?
They done grown up.
This defense is the best. It's the best defense in the country, hands down. I said before, I think it might be one of the best in the past 5 years in the SEC. They're still so young. It's going to get even better in the next few years. It's crazy.
All right, well, let's see how Jeffrey picks the game.
You know, Georgia has a great defense, but they really don't score a lot of points. They score 35 points against Tennessee, and then the rest of it's been like 21, 24, and they win. Sometimes they'll cover with a shutout. And 13.5, Texas A&M may be able to hang around a little. Georgia scores 21, A&M could score 14. Take the 13.5 with the Aggies.
Jeffrey's saying it's going to be a close game today. What do you guys think about that?
I think it is going to be close.
You do?
Texas A&M, remember, they played some, you talked about this earlier, Texas A&M, they have played some guys this year.
Some real good. I mean, they had 3 losses. All teams were ranked 1, 1, and 8. They're battle tested. I mean, again, though, coming off of those 3 games in a row for Georgia, when you have Auburn, you have Florida, and you have Mizzou back to back to back, that's tough for anybody.
How would you like to go into a game and be a spoiler? You have nothing, like you said, you have nothing to lose. Let's go spoil it for them.
So that's what it's all about. Maybe they can spoil it for him. Guys, we keep these conversations going, too, on our podcast, Football's Play to Win, so be sure to tune in there. When we come back, Dr. Elamine checks in with his player injury report. Stay with us on Play to Win.
Ladies and gentlemen, announcing Atlanta's very first Black Friday silent sale. Every vehicle is clearly marked with a hang tag price that will absolutely be the lowest I will ever sell that car for. That's right, you receive every rebate and incentive all on Black Friday. Visit our store on Thanksgiving and select the vehicle you want. There's no salespeople. Return Black Friday, be the first to claim a vehicle, and it's yours. Doors open at 6 a.m. sharp, first come, first serve. Black Friday silent sale only at Beaver Toyota of Cumming. We're here to wow you.
On or off the field, we all have rules to play by. But what happens after a serious car crash? When the insurance company won't play fair? At Montlick & Associates, we know injury law, and we know what it takes to win. After all, we've been winning in our field for over 35 years. If you've been injured, we're here to help. Simply dial #WIN from your cell phone for your free consultation. That's #946.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck.
Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Right now, during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on select 2019 models, or get 14% below MSRP on all 2019 Tahoe models. That's over $10,500 below MSRP on this Tahoe.
Take 33.
Pat, what's more exciting than cooking a great holiday meal?
Knowing that others are enjoying it, Tally, just like I do. Like this juicy turkey and these amazing sides.
Can't nobody do it like this is it. Wait a minute, we just talked about this. You eating again? Before we talk about the holiday packages? Son, that ain't even in the script.
This is it.
Place your holiday order at thisisitbbq.com for pickup or delivery. Heat and eat.
Today's player, medical, and injury report is being brought to you by the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute.
Welcome back to the show. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Elamine in the house to break down some of these injuries around the NFL. Atlanta Falcons back in the conversation now, and as a Falcons fan, we want to know what's going on with Matt Ryan's ankle.
As you know, Matt is still dealing with this ankle injury. This is bothering him. He didn't really practice yesterday. He should play this week, but again, it's going to affect his mobility.
What about Julio, his other half?
That's right, Julio. Julio is dealing with, again, another foot injury this year.
What's going on with these feet?
I know, this is very painful for him, but he should play, but this will definitely affect his mobility.
Freeman.
Yeah, we got another guy. We got Devontae Freeman as well.
Dang, this is a trifecta of sadness here.
This is. They're all offensive starting team is hurt this year.
Yeah.
So he, again, is dealing with a foot injury, but he should play. I hope he'll get back this season.
We all hope to see that too. What about Tua?
Yeah, Tua, as you know, the quarterback from Alabama, sustained a really, really, really bad, what they call a fracture dislocation of his hip.
Break it down.
So basically what happened was, if this is his socket and this is his hip, what he did was he came out of his socket and broke the back part of it.
No.
Well, yeah, he did fracture it. So which will require surgery, which he did. He had a posterior wall and a dislocation. Very bad injury.
Do you think he will play again? When you say this is a bad injury,
That's
is this a
absolutely
season-ending injury or a career-ending injury?
Definitely a season-ending injury. His doctor says he should get back, but as I said, this is a very tough injury. This is going to really affect him next year.
Oh, I hate to hear that, guys. When we come back, though, we'll have Jeffrey's picks in the lightning round. Stay with us on Play to Win.
Athletes of all levels experience more wear and tear than most. Stop playing through the pain. Get the proper medical attention you need from Dr. Elamine and the staff at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute. Our team includes specialists in many fields offering compassionate care and advanced treatments that will get you back in the game. From weekend warriors to athletes of all levels, we've got your back and shoulder and ankle and knee. Call today for an appointment or visit theshouldernation.com.
This Black Friday, the gift you really want is at Nissan's Black Friday event. Save big on our tech-filled lineup, like Rogue with available Safety Shield 360 or Altima with available intelligent all-wheel drive. Hurry in now. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models or save up to $10,320 on select models.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
Today's lightning round is being brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Come in today.
Welcome back, boy. We like to keep you waiting. Welcome to the set, Jeffrey the Edge Schechter. Now take us through the picks.
Virginia Tech started out the season terribly, very bad. Coach would get fired, they turned it around, they're doing great, and they should cover 4 over Pittsburgh. Tennessee's won 3 out of 4.
Yeah. Ball for there we go. Let's get it turned up on them.
And they're going to win 1 more.
Yeah.
Take the 5 points with Tennessee against Missouri. Missouri has no offense, and they're having a very bad season. They were supposed to be good. They're not. And I loved Navy last week, and Notre Dame was causing fumbles, and Navy's going to take it out on SMU. Give the 3.5 points with Navy at home. In the pros, MVP Russell Wilson, 1.5 point favorite at Philadelphia. I like Seattle with Russell Wilson. He looks like a cannon running around, and then all of a sudden the ball comes flying out like we shot out of a cannon. I like Dallas plus 6.5 in New England. New England's offense has been a little sluggish. I think Dallas will give them the game, if not beat them. And Green Bay Frisco, good matchup. I still like Frisco. Give the 3 with the 49ers.
That's our Jeffrey the Edge Schechter with the gospel. Thank you for tuning in to another week of Play to Win, guys. We will see you next Saturday, 9 a.m. on Fox 5.
Today's show has been brought to you by This Is It Barbecue, Atlanta Peach Movers, and your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.